Namaste. Hello and welcome to class today. We're going to focus on our chest and shoulders. This is specifically for lots of us who are spending time at laptops, and a lot of our daily actions are quite forward, so it's really good to just spend some time opening this out. So find a comfortable seated position, making sure that your spine is straight. You can sit with your legs out in front of you, or you can sit cross-legged in half lotus or in full lotus. You can even sit on a block or a cushion, just as long as you're comfortable and your spine is straight. We'll begin just by regulating the breath. It's taking the hands, placing them face down or face up on the knees. Gently bring the eyes to a close and bring the focus to your breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose, filling the lungs, filling all the way down to the belly, and a long exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Just bring the focus into yourself, allowing your mind just to empty. Establishing a steady rhythm for the breath. On your next inhale, slowly blink the eyes to open. Okay, inhale. Palms facing the sky, reaching up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders low. You can bring the hands together here or keep them facing. We're now going to bend the elbows, rotating the shoulders out and opening to the side, bringing the shoulder blades back together as we exhale. Inhale, reaching the palms up. Exhale, bending the elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades together as the chest comes forward. Inhale, reaching up, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, bend the elbows, bringing the shoulder blades back together and just holding here for a moment. Keep breathing. Inhale, reaching the palms up to the sky again. Flipping the palms to the floor. Exhale, releasing down. Bring your hands in front of you, fingertips curled as if you're holding a ball or a cake or something that'll fit nicely in your hand. Placing the fingertips and the thumb in front of you, in front of your mat, and just begin walking the fingertips forward, keeping your hips grounded on the block or the mat. Come forward, lengthening through the spine. If you feel your hips leaving the mat, just go back slightly to where it's not, and taking the gaze forward in front of the hands or between the hands. If your hips are staying grounded and you can take the full extension, you can come down to your forearms and you can even gently lower your forehead to the ground or the mat. On your next inhale, raising your head up, coming back to your fingertips, walking the hands steadily back to yourself, coming to sitting up tall, rolling the shoulders down and back, and now taking the hands behind you. You're just going to walk the hands behind you a very short amount. So initially starting directly behind you, you can straight away feel your shoulders wanting to pull back and the scapula coming together. And now just walk them 1, 2, maybe 3. Feeling your scapula coming together, pushing your chest forward, keeping your gaze straight ahead. You don't need to go any further than this. We're just going to hold for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back towards you, bringing yourself upright, releasing the hands to the front and giving them a little shake. For our next posture, we're going to change our seating position. You've got two options of how you sit for this. You can quite simply kneel, or you can take your left leg under your right, bringing the foot to the outside of the right hip, and then bending the right leg so the knees are stacked, and the right foot is outside of the left hip. Toes are engaged, pointing to the front. You can do this sitting on a block, but you do have the option to kneel. You might also want to use a yoga strap or a towel for this posture. So sitting nice and straight through the spine, sitting tall. Inhale, reaching your hands up overhead. Take your left hand behind your back, reaching it up between your shoulder blades, and taking your right hand down to meet the left, grabbing the opposite hand, opposite fingers, but keeping this right elbow pointing to the sky and slightly out to the side. If your hands are not reaching, take the strap or your hand towel in your right hand and then grab the other end with your left. You might find that you can walk the hands closer together. If you'd like to go a little further, on an exhale you can slowly start to take your gaze in front of you and bend, bringing your chest down onto your legs, but all the time working on keeping the right elbow and arm out to the side. Inhale, coming back up to center. Release the grip, give the arms a little shake. And we're going to change sides. If you have your legs in this position, we are going to switch the legs so they're the opposite way round. And then so you're going to take your right leg under your left, taking the foot to the outside of the left hip, with the toes engaged and pointing forwards. You're going to stack the left knee on top of the right, bringing the foot to rest outside the right hip and toes engaged and pointing forwards. So this time, inhale. The right hand is going to reach around the back, coming up between the shoulder blades, and the left hand is going down to meet it. Reaching for the fingertips, keeping the left elbow out to the side, really working into the shoulders here. Lengthening through the spine, sitting tall. Exhale, and if you're ready, you can just start to take the gaze in front of you and take a forward bend here. Inhale, coming back up to center, release the hands, giving them a shake. We're going to come to lying down on our mat now, on our backs. Bending the knees, taking the fingertips just to gently tap the ankles at the side, upper body flat to the mat. We're going to take a nice bridge pose here, opening out the chest further. So you can place your palms down on the mat, either side of you, fingertips spread wide, but the action needs to be coming from your core. Inhale, and pushing your pelvis up to the sky. As you reach your pelvis up, you'll find your chest coming closer and closer to your chin. You can interlock your fingers under you here and lift a little higher. all the time, focusing on keeping the hips nice and high. Exhale, releasing down to the mat. We're going to take one more bridge. Double check that your knees are hips width apart, your feet are the same width. Palms on the mat. Inhale, lifting your pelvis up. Chest coming towards your chin. If you're ready, interlock your fingers underneath you and holding here. Keep breathing. And exhale, releasing down to the mat and rolling over to lie on your stomach. We're going to do a half bow pose before we go to the full bow pose. You need to have your forehead lightly on the mat. Bend your left knee, your foot coming towards your body. Taking your left hand, you can take a grip around the foot or the ankle. Take your right hand, place it just to the side of your head with your elbow bent and your forearm on the mat. Inhale, pushing your foot into your hand, look up, chest coming up, abdomen and pelvis staying on the mat, holding here. Keep breathing. And release it down. Take your left hand, place it to the side of your head, forearm on the mat. Bending the right knee, bringing the foot towards your body. Reach round. Take your right foot or right ankle. Engage your core. Prepare. Inhale, pushing your foot into your hand, raising your chest, taking your gaze straight ahead. Keep breathing. Exhale, lowering down to the mat. Releasing the arms down to the sides, palms facing up, feet gently rolling away from each other. We're going to go for our full bow pose now. So bend both feet, bending your knees, bringing the feet up towards your body. Reach round, grab your ankles or your feet. Engage your core. Inhale, pushing the feet to the hands, chest lifted, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, releasing down. Bringing your hands either side of your head. Bringing your big toes together. Pushing up, opening out your knees. Sliding back to a nice child's pose. Have the knees nice and wide, allowing room for the chest to come down to the mat. Relax the arms, relax the forehead. Inhale, look up. Come to your tabletop and bring yourself back to your comfortable seated position. Namaste, thank you for joining me.